Hey everyone, welcome to Brick Vault. This is Mike and this is Top 10 MOCs. We're gonna go through some amazing MOCs today as always, and remember that you can submit your fan MOCs to be shown at the end of each episode. There is a link in the description below with everything you need. And if you are a fan of the Dune franchise, we have some real treat for you. Our web store has been joined by the Dune Ornithopter and Shy Hulud in a very user-friendly scale. Designed by Rock Builds, these are quite user-friendly in terms of size and quite affordable models to join your collection. There is of course a video and a link to the store below in the description. Number 10 in this week's top 10 is the Cornbuilder with this little adorable baby pygmy hippo. Just look at those eyes, am I right? Absolutely adorable build. I love small builds that have some sort of a emotional reaction, expression, I don't know what it is. It's amazing. Not much else to say about the techniques here, but I just like the style. And that makes me think that LEGO should perhaps tap into the market of small sets with adorable, similar scale animals. Sure, we get some of the creator 3-in-1s, but these could be some small sets that land in the LEGO gift section. Oh, by the way, his name is Moo Deng and is actually a pygmy hippo from a zoo in Thailand. So the build is kind of a homage to the cute creature. Number 9, Max Davidson with something you cannot unsee at this point, Reverse Mermaid. So I'm not sure if I should be amazed by the creativity of this idea or absolutely flabbergasted by the bizarre factor. Either way, the fish side or the mermaid side is built quite fine with the teal color. Gotta love the wheel well pieces for the lips of the fish mermaid, then the small dragon wings for the fins, and the contrasting eye. Now the bottom man portion is even weirder, of course. Thankfully no anatomy has been carefully depicted. Some of the monkey kid clouds for the splashy water at the bottom, nice design for the water itself, and a quite dynamic pose actually on that rock formation. So hope you appreciate that absolutely cursed build on number 9 this week. Number 8 is a simple build, but I love the use of colors here. And that is actually the title, Colors of Love by Victor. That was a submission for Build from the Heart challenge for LEGO Ideas, and this is an absolutely fantastic use of the triangular pieces and wedges throughout the entire thing. Just love how color science really works here. It kinda looks like a prism or some sort of a magical glass, and it truly proves that sometimes a great build just needs a cool idea. Absolutely beautiful showcase of LEGO palette overall, and honestly quite a satisfying build to look at, right? With the abundance of colors in the palette of LEGO these days, such gradients can be achieved more easily, but the idea still matters a lot. Moving up to number 7, we have Bryckland with The Last Watch. So maybe this is not the most complex MOC that you would see in such a scale of a diorama, but honestly I just love the entire composition and the execution of this little build. As the designer Bryckland states, this is the last LEGO MOC for the Pirate RPG Pavilion Noir game, and as far as techniques go, I do love the water with the wave effect. That is some brilliant building with color gradient. The boat itself is quite decent. The rock formation looks quite natural. There's the palm tree using a technique that I've seen quite a few times, but it just works so well. And a bit of a rickety fort has great door design, and overall quite a realistic feel. I believe the editing of the photo with the cloudy effect in the back kind of adds to the picture, but regardless, this is a very pleasant MOC to look at. Well done. On number 6, we have Moko, quite a legendary robot slash mech designer with mech or vehicle bot 03. Yes, it does transform into a tank or a bot, so that's pretty cool. Of course, it has a giant oversized weapon, just like any mech of this style lore would have. And if you thought that this is not the mastery of Moko, you would think that this build is perhaps simple or something. Remember that Moko also designed that crazy Dino Megazord we showcased quite a few episodes back. So I'm saying that because I really want you to check out his profile page if you haven't already, and also all the profiles that I'm linking in the description of this video. Up to number 5, you guessed it, that's Eero, Okkonen. Hard to miss this guy's build, right? And that is the Zero Suit Samus from Metroid. Eero states that he was inspired to make this build by the new piece in the LEGO Dreams set, and that is the larger tube piece that he calls the Maxi Macaroni. In this build you can see the piece shaping the curves of the body of this female hero. That looks super cool and organic actually, so Eero is always a master of the perfect NPU, and overall the various tones of blue works so amazing for this build. She also reminds me a little bit of of the Nova from StarCraft Ghost, a game that never really came to be, but was a known ghost commando in the StarCraft lore. So I always have it easy to say that Eero has done it again. Up to number 4 we have BigBrickStan with Zaza Dragon. Not only we have some superb photography for this model, check out the Flickr page, but this is actually also the first time I see the classic Lego petals or foliage pieces used for dragon scales. That is a great effect actually. There's lots of contrast thanks to the orange pieces of wings throughout, and to top it all off is a brilliant, very plant-like looking head of the dragon. Overall that's like actually a plant dragon of sorts, it's full of foliage. Really zoom in on that head because there is some incredible NPU throughout the entire thing. Gotta love the larger pawn pieces for the ears or horns perhaps, and it's really hard to guess how these connections are even made, right? On top of that, it all sits on a very cool and minimalistic base, and of course it would not stand on its own without the clear pole pieces, but they don't really take away too much from this excellent MOC. Superb presentation, design, techniques, everything about it, I love it, well done. On number 3 we have Baptiste with Seigneurie de Lauzon. My French is terrible, so I hope I didn't butcher it too much, but that's the kind of a castle MOC. It is in fact a realistic looking diorama, nothing too flashy, just like a castle would look in the medieval times. As you would expect, there's an incredible technique for the walls at scale, so they do have realistic looking windows and shooting ports. It kind of feels minifigure scale, the walls are proper size compared to the minifigures. It is an outer wall of the castle, so you can see some fields and activity in the front of it. There's plenty of landscaping and the town folk doing their things, and really again I will emphasize that simplicity and realistic approach because that's not often seen in Lego. Usually people try to exaggerate things. The interior is fairly clean and simple, but again quite to scale, and it all looks just very cool and must have taken a lot of effort. Plus it's huge, so I wonder how it disconnects and gets transported from place to place. Alright, up to number 2 we have Hugo Huang with the tree Sentinel from Elden Ring. Now where do I start? I will say that it's incredible that the whole character is actually built from golden bricks. It is a very tough task because it's not the most common color in Lego, but in here we not only have incredible detail but just NPU out of the charts. I think the head strikes me the most. That use of the pauldron piece, I believe, upside down is just brilliant. The whole chest plate is quite incredible as well, with lots of detailing, plenty of brick stacked areas as well to create pauldrons for example. The whole weapon is quite meticulous, I love the rings in the middle, and then we have the armored horse, all brick build. Gotta love the overlapping armor of the horse using those gunmetal reflective pieces, and it's all finished and functional thanks to a uniquely looking stand at the bottom. That is an absolute Lego mastery, and again being limited to mostly golden pieces, that is kind of like a 11 out of 10 achievement if you ask me. Absolutely superb build. And on number 1 I chose a MOC that maybe doesn't look as impressive as the other ones on this list, but there's just something about it that made it incredibly cool. That is Chris Malloy with Interplanetary Expedition Alliance Horizon Lunar Launch Base. Long name, but quite fitting the MOC. So sure, we have a base launching rockets on the moon, maybe not so distant future for actual humanity, but pay attention to the details. Now for example, this rover makes tracks on the moon's surface thanks to the grill pieces. There's a disassembled BB-8 for some of the base habitats. That biodome is using droid arm pieces and triangles as well. Nice little solar farm with the small 1x2 tiles on the right. The circular silo using 1x2 modified handle bricks to create a circular shape. Well done. The craters of the moon's surface using sided arc pieces are great. We have that golden dome as well for one of the locations. And then there is the creme de la crop, which is a launching rocket. Ice cream pieces for the fumes, gases launching from the rocket, and lots of these large rounded corner bricks to create the entire launch cloud. It is just super cool. I just love the aesthetic to it, the display value, the clever piece usage. Everything about it made me pay attention to this MOC and pretty much immediately put it on number 1 spot. So you may disagree, but this is subjective and I thought this was extremely cool. And honorable mentions. I'm not gonna mention many of the ship timber builds because I think we might do actually extra episode on just ship timbers. So here we are with the Karf Oohlu Lite, the Pursuit small MOC. He's always a master of small builds and I love that one as well. Isaac W with the 1967 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40. SweStar with the CAMEL for Ma.Ktober 2024. Gregory Cockels with a funny bad llama MOC. Ma.Ktober with the Magical Unicorn, the Bojack edition. Tim Goddard with the Race is On, 3 magnificent little Star Wars speeders. Marcus Ronge with the Brixton Police police station, pretty cool MOC, kind of steampunky in some feels. The Frenchy brick with the Lego Pokemon Psyduck, Mike Stimson with a beautiful photography called The Harvest, and with the quote matching it with over 1 billion stormtroopers to feed, someone's got to grow the potatoes. Jason Corted with one of the ships that really stood out for me, the Stronghold Shield Generator Frigate, really cool, and Chris Bowen with the second that stood out to me, the Calypso. Tyler Scott with the Lost Legend from Destiny 2, Vic Mark II with the Ancient Rylanor from Warhammer 40k, Luke Skybuilder with the insane Shiptember Mega Class Star Destroyer Supremacy. Only digital but over 21,000 pieces, 362 studs of length, and about 17 kilograms of weight. Guts with this very simple but awesome Paulo Atreides MOC, and Lego Hobbit fan with Cats in Hats Revisited. An old MOC of his but still very funny and well revisited. Here's your fan MOCs. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. As I said, we might revisit the ships specifically to make an episode commemorating the greatest builds of the September 24, so stay tuned for something like that perhaps in the near future. As always, thank you so much for watching. Let me know which one was your favorite. Hit the like, subscribe, you know how this works. There's gonna be links on the screen to some older top 10 MOCs episodes in case you missed any, so I appreciate you watching. Thanks again, it was Mike, and I'll see you next time on Brick Vault.